Hello, my name is Latasha Williams, and today I'm going to be speaking about decreasing financial mistakes while attending college. College is a fun time, an educational time for all with many financial challenges. It's an unfortunate thing, something that can happen though. Having extra money is fun until it's time to actually repay that money back. It's like you just have a pocket full of money and it's like, okay, let's go do something fun. Actually, media plays a part in that, of making it seem very tempting, very easy to do until it's actual time to pay that money back. And that's something that you don't really hear much about as a college student of, wow, you're going to get this money as a student, but of course, you're going to have to pay that money back. Lack of knowledge when borrowing money and applying for loans can be harmful to your credit and character. And with me saying your credit and character, that goes into the part that's beyond college or could be prior to, whether you're applying for a full or part-time job, and that company may pull your credit. If there are some negative things on there, then that goes into the part of, your character, because that says some things about who you are, so that can affect you. During your young adult years, it can be difficult to figure out how to pay for college. That's one. But also have some spending money. That's two. But then also I have to make sure I get a proper education in the long run. So as a student, if you tend to rack up loan debt and actual credit card debt, you'll be dealing with some poor money decisions for a long time. That's way after college, which is after you graduate. Making sure that your finances are in order as a student can actually go a long way in getting a good start after college. Because if you make good decisions and things like that, then that helps to try to eliminate, but we'll talk about that on later on in the discussion. College time is basically when a lot of students tend to rack up large amounts of actual credit card debt. Many credit cards actually have very high interest rates. Most of those cards will also allow you to spend over your limit. So let's say you have a new credit card, you just got that offer in the mail, new college students or existing students, and they give you a limit of $500. Well, that credit card company may allow you to spend another $100 over that, an additional $200-$300 over your limit. And so that will also end up getting you into a little bit of trouble, because actually the average college student will tend to leave college with over $3,000 in credit card debt. That's a lot of money. And then on top of that, if you're paying only the minimum payment, so you're taking on the minimum payment, which can sometimes range around $25, then you have to also think about that interest. A lot of times the interest on those credit cards can range between 18 to probably 27%. Whew, that's kind of high. So on top of, if you tend to miss your monthly payments, that would also make it a little harder for you to pay that money back, especially if you're just paying the minimum, and then you're still a student, you're still going through college and taking classes, and then when you graduate, that balance and what you owe is still out there. When we're thinking about student loans, some students tend to borrow more than what they actually need. Many use their student loans for spring break, buying clothes, going on vacation, and typically there is, well, I won't say typically, but on average, or as of, let's say, 2018, 2017, there's 44 million borrowers with over $1.3 trillion in student loan debt. Whew, just saying that is just like really blowing my mind right now, because that's a high amount of money. And with having $1.3 trillion in loan debt, if you just average that around 44 million people, that will actually make it difficult for you to start planning your future after you graduate, because you have all this money sitting there and you still have to get a job after college and actually be able to start your career. So with saying that, you have all this debt and you have all this going on, and it actually can become a little bit overwhelming. But there are some ways that you can help eliminate some of that and take some of that stress off you before you even get to that point, which is, as a student, most colleges tend to offer certain amenities. Could be like movie night, discounts with public transportation, things like that, that you can help cut some of that money spending out, or even just riding with a friend. If the school tends to offer you or whatever have you with financial aid a certain amount, you don't have to accept that amount. Like my grandmother used to tell me, it's not about wants, it's truly about needs. So think about it that way. What do I actually need? So look at borrowing exactly what you need, so you know what to look for in the process as far as paying this money back. If you have a bank account, get with your local bank and look at the budgeting tools. There are a lot of banks now that is going toward budgeting tools for everyone. So it's a way for you to just set limits, set boundaries for yourself to be able to save money. And also, while you're working, put that money towards your books, your tuition, and things like that, so they can help free up some of that debt from you. In conclusion, debt is something that should be taken seriously. By taking care of it early on and eliminating excessive debt, it can truly help you in the long term. Thank you so much.